When you start making content, one of the first questions that comes to your head, which platform you should actually utilize for your content? Where shall you post your content? Of course, YouTube, I don't need to give you any brief about it. One of the biggest and most important platforms that we have out there today. But at the same time, we have some competition, TikTok. And that's a really big discussion right here. What is better for your form of content? Of course, what is useful for me doesn't necessarily be useful for you. But I made this video to talk about why I prefer YouTube. It comes down at the end of the day to a personal preference and style. There is many things that I like about YouTube, TikTok cannot provide. And the first thing is that you don't need to rush your content, and you don't need to rush people, and you don't need to rush your ideas in those 1 to 1.5 minute content. It's really sad how the world turned into this really fast pace, and personally, mentally, that YouTube give you this chance of kind of like take a breather, watch something without rushing it, without sweeping up, without sweeping down. Just put on the full screen and then sit and watch something without this feeling of running. We are running all the time, and we are even running and rushing our entertainment, which is extremely sad. You don't need to follow the trend and just rush in as a content creator to just make let me get this music that everybody's using. Let me get to talk about this topic that everybody talks about. Just rush and put on something so you don't fall back and you don't miss the trend. You could just take a breather, think before you post, to create something, do like some background research, edit. And I enjoy editing, actually. I never thought that I would say that, and I know it's painful to a lot of content creators, but I really enjoy editing. I like the artistic thing behind it. I enjoy the journey, like to do a background research, to find some interesting information about a topic, to make a video that has a value in it. And this is not something easy that you can do like over a few seconds, a few minutes, just not to lose the trend. So YouTube gave you this luxury of like thinking, preparing, and putting out some art instead of just rushing things. Even though my TikTok has much more success than my YouTube in terms of like exposure. I mean, it took me 1 year to reach out 20k views on YouTube, while one single post I had on TikTok reached the same amount. I'm getting each post, I would get like 100 of followers, and here like I haven't even reached a fraction of that on each video. But yet I prefer YouTube. The fact that we could post a video now and get really like a small amount of views and nobody will notice it, but then somebody or this topic will come to the heat of it. Like, for example, I remember I made a video about Oppenheimer, and then suddenly the movie comes out and then everybody start to be interested. So you just, this video that you posted a long time ago and even yourself forgot about it, gets to be watched, and people start to watch it and discuss it and compare the reality to the film and so on. So the fact that you could just post something and then suddenly it becomes the center of the trend, it's actually amazing. At the same time, some of the videos I made, like the video I made about like driving in Norway, for example. This video, I didn't make it to follow any trend. I just made it because I wanted people to, I found it like really useful, some useful information in such an interesting topic. And I know that this video in 3 to 4 years from now will be gaining a lot of views, because this is a topic that will not die out. People will not just forget about it. It's something that's going to be always out there, and it's going to be just building some views. So you could just make this eternal, or eternal is a really big word, but let's call it eternal videos that people would just sit there and watch it, and you know that it's gonna be watched 10 years from now. It wouldn't lose relevancy. It is actually a search engine that you could post something, and then 10 years from now somebody will be really appreciating what you made. So that's what makes it unique. Well, I don't think if I put a post on in TikTok, 3 years from now somebody will scroll all the way back 3 years to backwards to see my post and appreciate it. The audience, people come to YouTube to actually, when they have popcorn, or I go to YouTube when I make a meal, and then I'm like, okay, I don't have a long time to watch a movie or a series. I don't want to start that. So I would come to YouTube and watch some episode of some of the creators that I enjoy. And so the whole perspective, it's not like something that I come to just like entertain me or to give me some dopamine of just sweeping on different creators just while I'm in the bathroom or while I'm on the underground or the bus to just pass time. You come here and you sit and you build this connection with the person who's making the video. And this is something you don't find on TikTok, for example. So there is a chance to talk about serious topics. There is a chance to talk about deeper topics. First of all, the mental approach, the people approach YouTube is different from TikTok. And another thing also that I think I haven't done statistic search, to be honest. But at the same time, I would say that older people tend to come to YouTube than younger generation. TikTok is kind of associated socially with younger generation. And it's not that I'm talking down about like younger generation, of course, like this is going to be always a topic, but what I would definitely say that 10 years ago or 20 years ago, I absolutely didn't give up about serious topics. I wanted just entertainment. I wanted to live life. I did not care about political subjects. I did not care about serious topics, finance and all this stuff. What I'm trying to say is that if you want fast entertainment, you would go to TikTok. If you want some seriousness or kind of serious topics or like kind of like feedback or something, like it's a learning platform. It's a platform I would come to see like a movie recap. It's a platform that I would come to see like people reflection on something that happened recently. Like it's more directed into serious topics. So if you have a serious topic, I would say you should, or you would have the time. You need the time, because a serious topic, you cannot answer a philosophical question in like 1 minute. That's definitely not gonna happen. So if you want to talk about like deep subject, if you want to talk about serious topics, YouTube would be definitely the solution here. Another thing, I think YouTube provides this sanity or sanctuary to this insane world. I made this video. I will pop it up here or there. You could actually go to it after the end of this video. It talks about this lady that she made $18 million in 1 week just by providing like really super fast based advertisement, and it was yeah, of course it's genius how it works, or how is the idea behind the technique, but it was super scary. Like, this is the world that we're going into, that even when we're going shopping, which is a source of dopamine to our brains, that we would spend and even use seconds on it, the whole rush thing is scary. And I find that the revolutionary, like hippie part of inside of me would say I would definitely prefer or kind of like find in YouTube like one last escape from this really fast-paced world. Of course, a lot of YouTubers go to these fast edits. I'm trying to avoid it, even though I know it's harming my channel, but I'm trying to kind of like be less fast-paced, less flashing you with like all those pictures, all of this, like to keep your attention with me. I would rather like to kind of have it like, I don't know, a little bit more chill. You could be chill on YouTube. Of course, a lot of really successful YouTubers are still flashing you every couple of seconds. You get like pictures, and then you get like zoom ins, zoom outs, stuff like that. And I would try, I'm still doing it definitely, but I would try to have it like as less smooth, like smoother, less disturbing, because I don't want to get your attention or use, I don't know, like stress you more to get your attention. I think this is like mean to do. When you go to the materialistic part of it, I would say that many advertisers would choose YouTube over other platforms, and that's for the same reason. You want somebody that has money. A bunch of like youngsters who still at the beginning of their life don't have much money depending on their parents. Why target the youth when you could just target the parents who has the actual money and can advertise here? So I would say also like I'm not sure, but I could assume that the fact that YouTube would be a better place for advertisers, more money happening here. I know that it's not the case all the time, but usually, or on a serious topics, you would have more money as a creator being on YouTube than on other platforms. Like YouTube would still give you this option of shorts or posting out shorts. So you have both here, while TikTok is not very successful on putting out like formula for long forms so far. I'm sure it's gonna happen in the future because the competition is really high, but at the same time, as for the moment, it's only YouTube that have both long form and short form, so you could target both audiences. Yeah, the people who would watch my shorts will never, or not will never, but majority of the time they will not tend to watch my long form, and vice versa. Still, yeah, you could still have both options on YouTube. And last but not least, just subscribe. I would encourage you to subscribe. I would love if you subscribe to this to give me hope that somebody's actually still interested on, I don't know, tranquil, chill content, no fast-paced stuff. And if you're interested to see how marketing became nowadays and what the upcoming trend in marketing, I would assume you could just check this video that's upcoming right here or there, I'm not sure, somewhere. You could just click on it and watch it. Thank you for supporting Nordic Nonsense. Have a great day. Ha det bra.